Have you ever wondered why the most successful people remain calm during difficult times? What if I told you that the key to changing your life is not talent or luck, but a simple habit from an emperor who ruled over Rome? Today we will explore the lessons from Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest philosophers of ancient times, who faced countless challenges and still maintained absolute peace. Join Wisdom Daily as we explore the 7 ways Marcus Aurelius used to change his life, and how you can apply these principles to your everyday life to achieve peace and resilience. 1. Gratitude when you wake up. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius. Start each day with something simple yet powerful: gratitude. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of gratitude in living a harmonious and meaningful life. Not every day will be easy, but it is gratitude that will help you find value in every moment, whether big or small. Gratitude is a way to recognize the good things in life. We often get caught up in the whirlwind of work, responsibilities, or never-ending goals. But when we begin to focus on what we have rather than what we lack, life becomes lighter. So, how can we practice gratitude every day? The simplest way is to start your morning by making a list of things you are grateful for. Write down 3-5 things you feel thankful for in your life. It could be a companion who is always there for you, a job you love, or simply the opportunity to start a new day. For example, I have a friend named Sarah. Every morning, she spends a few minutes writing down things she's grateful for. From the smallest things like, "Thank you for the beautiful weather today," to bigger things like, "Thank you to my family for always supporting me." This practice not only helps Sarah start her day with a positive mindset, but also creates a habit of continuously seeing the value in what may seem like ordinary things. Gratitude helps reduce material cravings, something especially important in today's society, where we are often caught in the race for material possessions and never feel like we have enough. When you are grateful for what you already have, you will feel happier, even if life is full of challenges. Gratitude can be a long journey, but every step along that path will lead you to a more fulfilling life. When we begin to practice gratitude, life is no longer about what we want to have, but about what we already have and the increased appreciation we have for it. A simple practice. Every morning when you wake up, write down 3-5 things you are grateful for. Whether they are small or large, all of them matter. This practice takes no more than 5 minutes each day, but it will provide you with a positive habit that lasts all day. The feeling of gratitude helps you realize that life isn't always about chasing the new, the perfect, but about appreciating what you already have. 2. Journaling to clear your mind. Each day, you must examine your actions, evaluate, correct, and continue moving forward. Marcus Aurelius. If you've ever felt stressed, anxious, or had trouble making decisions, there's a simple but powerful habit you can try right now: journaling. Journaling is not just a way to preserve memories, but also a powerful tool for clearing your mind, organizing your thoughts, and addressing your emotions. When you write, you allow yourself to reflect on everything happening in your life, uncovering feelings, thoughts, or issues you might have overlooked throughout the day. This helps relieve stress and provides a clearer view of every situation. Think about a stressful day you recently experienced. You might have felt tired, overwhelmed by tasks, and unsure where to begin. Journaling is a way to clear out those thoughts. Instead of letting your mind be cluttered with chaotic emotions, writing them down helps you address the issue, analyze the situation, and create a clearer path forward. Journaling helps you learn from your own experiences. When you write about a situation, you can identify what you did well and what needs improvement. Perhaps you resolved a problem effectively, Or maybe you realize you missed something important. Either way, writing helps you draw lessons and improve yourself every day. Let me share a personal story to help you better understand this. Not long ago, I struggled with managing my work and felt overwhelmed by the number of tasks I had. After starting to journal, I realized that often I wasn't organizing my tasks properly, and as a result, I felt more stressed than necessary. Writing down my thoughts helped me gain clarity on how I was managing my workload, allowing me to find a more effective way to tackle the issues. Because of this, I was able to work more efficiently and reduce my stress levels. But the most important thing about journaling is that it helps you self-reflect. We often evaluate others' actions, but we rarely take the time to reflect on our own. Journaling is a great way to face yourself and ask questions like, did I live according to my values today? What can I do to improve myself tomorrow? These questions not only help you reflect on what happened, but they also bring you closer to personal growth and self-mastery. Practical benefits of journaling in modern life. Relieves stress. Journaling helps you soothe anxiety and racing thoughts. Self-improvement. Writing about experiences helps you better understand your strengths and weaknesses, which allows you to improve daily. Increases focus. When you write, you are forced to think carefully about what happened throughout the day, which helps improve focus and productivity. Truly, by spending just 5-10 minutes every evening writing down your thoughts and feelings, you will notice a significant change in how you view life and yourself. Journaling is not just about recording events, it's a powerful method that helps you improve yourself each day. 3. Prepare yourself for the worst. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen today? Marcus Aurelius. In life, what is unavoidable? Difficulties, failures, and challenges. No matter how well you prepare, life can always throw unexpected situations your way. So how can you face these challenges without feeling overwhelmed? The answer might lie in a simple but powerful principle from Stoicism: preparing yourself for the worst. This practice is called negative visualization, imagining the worst-case scenarios. It may sound a bit negative, but in reality, it's an incredibly effective method for reducing anxiety and strengthening your ability to cope with tough situations. When you imagine the worst scenarios in advance, you mentally prepare to face them more calmly when they occur. Negative visualization is not about becoming pessimistic. It's not about focusing on the bad things you expect to happen. Rather, it's a way to prepare yourself better mentally. When you practice imagining tough situations, you won't feel overwhelmed or scared when you actually face them. In fact, this practice helps you view problems more clearly and gives you solid preparation before difficulties actually arise. Let's look at a real-life example. You may be anxious about an important job interview. Instead of just worrying about the possibility of being rejected, imagine the worst things that could happen. You respond unconfidently, you lose points on your answers, and you don't get the job. By visualizing these scenarios, you will realize that no matter what happens, you can survive and learn from the experience. And when you actually attend the interview, you'll feel less anxious because you've mentally prepared for the possibility of failure and already have steps in mind to improve. Benefits of preparing for the worst. Reduced anxiety. When you've imagined and prepared for the worst, you'll feel less anxious when facing it. Improved coping skills. Imagining difficult situations helps you more easily find solutions and coping strategies. Growth and resilience. When you accept that challenges will always come, you develop a stronger mindset that helps you grow and become more resilient. Remember, negative visualization does not mean you have to live in fear or pessimism. In fact, it's a method that helps you approach life's uncertainties with a more positive and confident attitude. This way, you'll be better prepared for whatever may come and become stronger when facing challenges. 4. Focus on the present task. Concentrate every minute on doing what's in front of you with precision and sincerity, and free yourself from all distractions. Marcus Aurelius. In a world full of distractions today, maintaining focus on the present task has become a significant challenge. We are often caught up in notifications on our phones, cluttered thoughts in our minds, or other temptations that prevent us from completing our work effectively. But Marcus Aurelius taught us an important lesson. Focusing on the present task is the key to boosting productivity and improving the quality of life. Focusing on each specific task helps you avoid procrastination, the greatest enemy of productivity. When you work without distractions, you will complete tasks faster and with better quality. But more importantly, when you can finish a task without interruptions, you will experience a huge sense of satisfaction and motivation. This feeling is very different from merely getting the job done, because when you lack focus, you only pass through tasks without truly appreciating the results. Imagine you have to complete an important report for your company. Instead of letting your mind wander to thoughts like, "I have a meeting with friends tomorrow," or "I need to check my social media," you choose to focus on each sentence, each figure in the report. When you direct all your attention to the work, you will find it not only easier, but also more enjoyable. You will feel the satisfaction when the task is completed, and pride when you look back at what you have accomplished. Why is focusing on the present task important? Avoid procrastination. When you are not distracted, you will not procrastinate or delay your work. This saves time and increases work efficiency. Sense of completion. Completing a task with focus brings a sense of satisfaction and motivation to keep working effectively. Improves quality of life. Focusing on the present task not only helps you work efficiently, but also makes you feel more at peace and confident in your work and life. A real-life example. I have a friend named Jack who works in marketing. He used to struggle with completing his work on time because he was easily distracted. However, after applying Marcus Aurelius's principle and deciding to dedicate his time entirely to each task, he saw a significant difference. He started turning off phone notifications, stopped checking emails constantly, and focused only on one task until it was completed. As a result, not only did his productivity increase, but the quality of his work also improved. He felt more satisfied with each workday and found greater motivation to continue. Focusing on the present task not only helps you work more effectively, but it is also a way to reduce stress. When you can give your full attention to a single task, you will feel less anxious about the tasks that remain unfinished. This helps you live in the present moment and enjoy the process rather than worrying about the outcome. You will realize that completing a task is not just a job, but a process that brings joy and fulfillment. 5. Master your mind and emotions. You have power over your mind, not outside events. When you realize this, you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. We cannot control everything that happens in life. Everything from work, relationships, to unexpected situations can cause stress, anxiety, and even anger. But Marcus Aurelius taught us that while we cannot change external circumstances, we can control how we respond to them. This does not mean that you have to suppress your emotions. On the contrary, mastering your mind and emotions is about learning to view things from a more positive perspective. When you understand that emotions are simply the natural responses of your mind to external events, you will realize that you can choose how to react, rather than letting your emotions control you. Imagine you are facing a challenging situation at work. It could be a tense meeting, criticism from a colleague, or a delayed project. Instead of immediately feeling attacked or disappointed, you could take a moment to step back and reconsider the situation. Rather than letting anger or worry take over, you could ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Or, is there a way I can improve my work and avoid repeating this mistake? Mastering your mind helps you maintain peace in every situation. When you don't let external events affect you, you won't easily get swept away by negative emotions. This allows you to keep a strong mindset, act more wisely, and make sound decisions instead of reacting impulsively. A real-life example. I have a friend named Lily who works in a very stressful company and sometimes faces situations that make her feel frustrated. Once, she was criticized for a small mistake in a report. Instead of letting anger take over, Lily remembered Marcus Aurelius's teachings and paused to think about her reaction. She realized that this mistake was an opportunity to learn, not something to feel bad about. She apologized and found ways to improve her work. As a result, she not only handled the situation wisely, but also earned respect from her colleagues for her mature attitude. Mastering your mind and emotions is not always easy, but it is one of the most important skills that help you face challenges calmly and confidently. It helps you avoid getting lost in negative emotions and instead make wise and effective decisions. Mastering your mind can help you reduce stress. When you don't let uncontrollable events affect your emotions, you will feel more at peace. Increase your ability to make sound decisions. When not controlled by emotions, you can make more accurate and fitting decisions. Improve relationships. Controlling your emotions helps you communicate more effectively without getting caught up in unnecessary arguments. So, how do you start mastering your mind and emotions? Take time every day to stop and ask yourself, what can I do to react more positively to this situation? When you feel yourself being caught up in emotions, try pausing for a moment, taking a deep breath, and viewing the situation from a different perspective. Practice listening to your emotions without letting them control you. Mastering your mind not only helps you achieve inner peace, but it also helps you become someone who can face every challenge in life calmly, confidently, and wisely. 6. Review your day, self-reflection. Nothing helps broaden the mind as much as the ability to honestly reflect on and evaluate every action you take in life. Marcus Aurelius. Each day, we face countless decisions, actions, and situations. You may feel like you've done your best, but have you truly taken the time to look back and learn from what has passed? The practice of reviewing your day not only helps you recognize your strengths and weaknesses, but it also helps you continuously improve yourself. Self-reflection is not about blaming yourself or criticizing your mistakes. It's about the process of recognizing and learning from your daily experiences. Every day brings valuable lessons, but only when we take the time to reflect can we truly realize them. Take 5-10 minutes every evening to ask yourself, did I live in accordance with my values today? What did I do well today? And what could I improve tomorrow? These questions not only help you identify the things you've done well, but they also help you see opportunities for improvement. Benefits of reviewing your day. Self-awareness of strengths and weaknesses. You can reflect on your actions and decisions from the day and realize your strengths that you can continue to build on. At the same time, you can identify areas for improvement. Continuous self-improvement. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. Self-reflection helps you move forward rather than stay stagnant. Growth from failure. Not every day goes according to plan, but when you know how to reflect and learn from failures, you grow stronger with each setback. A small example from my own life. In the past, I always felt like I was working hard every day, but sometimes I didn't get the results I expected. After incorporating the habit of self-reflection every evening, I realized that many times I was just working without actually working smartly. I started learning how to manage my time and prioritize tasks more effectively. Because of this, I improved not only my productivity, but also my satisfaction in both work and life. Other benefits of self-reflection: helps maintain long-term goals. When you reflect on what you've done during the day, you can easily recognize whether you're on the right track. This helps you stay motivated and committed to your long-term goals. Creates discipline in life. Maintaining a habit of reflection helps you build self-discipline, which drives progress every day. Create the habit of spending a little time each evening to review what you've done during the day. Even just a few minutes can help you realize a lot and continuously improve yourself. You will find that not only will you become more clear-headed, but you'll also be full of motivation to achieve bigger goals in life. 7. Meditate on your death. Memento mori. Live each day as if it were your last. Marcus Aurelius. We all know that life is finite, but do we truly realize this? One of the most powerful and profound principles in Stoic philosophy is memento mori, a reminder of the impermanence of life. Death is inevitable, and acknowledging this truth can help you live more fully, prioritize what matters, and avoid wasting time on things that don't. Memento mori is not a lesson in pessimism. On the contrary, it is a reminder for you to live more fully. When you accept that your time on earth is limited, you will begin to reassess what is truly important in life and what you want to contribute. You will realize that life is not about small worries or chasing after shallow goals, but about making the most of every moment to do meaningful things and leave a positive mark. The reason why memento mori is so powerful is that when we live with an awareness of life's impermanence, we stop wasting time on trivial things. We no longer procrastinate on our dreams, we don't let worry take over our minds, and we begin to live a more purposeful life. Imagine you have only 1 week left to live. What would you do? Would you spend time with family and friends? Would you pursue passions you've been putting off? Would you do everything you can to experience life more fully? This is why memento mori has such immense power. When you meditate on death each day, you come to understand that every moment is precious. You will no longer let meaningless things interrupt your life. Instead, you will focus on what truly matters and live a life with more meaning. Memento mori is not a negative message, but rather a reminder to live consciously and fully. Death is not something to fear, but something to accept and use as motivation to live each day with purpose and meaning. Benefits of practicing memento mori. Live more fully. When you recognize impermanence, you learn to use your time to do meaningful things. Prioritize what matters. You begin to understand what is truly important and avoid wasting time on unnecessary things. Reduce anxiety. When you live with an awareness of death, you fear the future less and focus more on the present. A tip: spend a few minutes each day meditating on death. Imagine that tomorrow could be your last day. Think about what you want to achieve in life and what you can change right now to avoid wasting precious time. This will help you live with a clearer purpose and make the most of every moment. Memento mori is a reminder not just about death, but about life. This profound understanding helps you live meaningfully, live fully, and live without regret. So, together we have explored the 7 ways Marcus Aurelius used to improve his life through Stoic philosophy. These methods not only help you live a more fulfilling and meaningful life, but also allow you to face every challenge with calm and confidence. From practicing daily gratitude to journaling to clear your mind and preparing yourself for the worst, all these methods share one common goal: to help you live a more conscious and complete life. When you can view everything through the lens of Stoicism, you will feel more peaceful, more proactive, and always ready to face life's challenges. Remember, death is inevitable, and because of that, live each day meaningfully, do what matters, and don't waste time on things that don't. Memento Mori is not meant to make you pessimistic, but to help you live more fully and appreciate the value of every moment. What do you think about these lessons? Surely, each of these methods will bring positive changes to your life if you start practicing them today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Daily to continue receiving valuable lessons on how to live a more fulfilling life. And feel free to comment below the video. Are you applying any of these principles in your life? Share your experiences with us. Let's begin this journey with Wisdom Daily to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life every day.